For the first time in 45 years, college graduates face a higher unemployment rate than the national average. Statistics now show that if you went to college, you are less likely to get a job than someone who didn't. The traditional college-to-career pipeline has broken down. It has left an entire generation trapped under $1.8 trillion in debt, while they compete for entry-level positions that are rapidly being automated or eliminated. To survive this, we are going to build your personalized career ROI and upskilling blueprint. This document will help you bypass the traditional academic trap and map out a path to a high-paying career. Passively checking the college box is no longer a safe career strategy. In this market, survival requires making calculated, data-driven decisions about your education and your debt. Step 1 starts with the math behind your degree. But to understand why that math is so broken, we have to go back to 1958. The Soviet Union had just launched Sputnik, marking the beginning of the Great Space Race. Eisenhower's government realized they needed more citizens capable of building rockets to compete with the USSR. They announced the National Defense Education Act, which was the first time federal student loans were introduced to the American public. For decades, college remained affordable and loans were manageable. But in the 1990s, the government removed borrowing limits. Colleges realized they could hike prices as high as they wanted because students could simply borrow more to cover the difference. This chart shows the result. While wages stayed flat, tuition costs exploded by 260%. It was basic economics. To find your ROI, subtract your realistic entry-level salary from your projected student debt. Spending $100,000 for a degree paying $44,000 yields a negative return. Following your passion can be dangerous if it comes with a heavy monthly loan payment. That financial stress forces you to take the first job that comes your way just to pay the bills, rather than finding a career that actually fits you. In Step 2, we perform an AI vulnerability audit. Artificial intelligence is eliminating the very entry-level roles graduates used to rely on for experience, which is why entry-level jobs now steadily require 3 to 5 years of experience. Look at the AI chopping block. Roles like data entry, basic research, and customer service can now be done by AI faster and for free. Employers no longer want people to just research information. They want strategic thinkers who interpret and act on what AI generates. The problem is that traditional university curriculums are failing to address this widening skills gap. Most degrees still teach you how to perform the manual tasks that AI has already mastered. Spending 4 years learning to do what an algorithm can do in seconds makes a traditional degree a depreciating asset from the day you graduate. As AI reshapes the workforce, the market value of a degree focused exclusively on outdated academic theory is crumbling. In Step 3, we shift focus from your GPA to your tools. The percentage of employers who screen applicants for their GPA has plummeted from 75% down to just 38%. Employers generally no longer care about your theoretical knowledge. They care about your practical experience and skills. They want to know if you can actually do the job, not just talk about it. To build your blueprint, you must identify the specific software and tools required in your industry. Build a checklist of 3 practical tools you can master rather than a list of theoretical concepts you've studied. Proving you can execute the work with modern tools is far more valuable to a hiring manager than a diploma that only proves you can pass a written exam. Step 4 is about the gatekeeper bypass. You do not need the permission of traditional academic gatekeepers to acquire high-value skills. If you are already in a dead-end job, do not fall for the sunk cost fallacy of a second degree. You can pivot your career without signing on for another 4 years of tuition. Targeted, certified upskilling is the ultimate shortcut. You can gain job-ready skills for a lean $500 compared to the $100,000 price tag of a theoretical degree. Use the software checklist you created in Step 3 to find an alternative training program or bootcamp. Look for options that offer free introductory courses so you can test the ROI before you commit. This targeted approach bypasses the significant financial risk of the student loan trap while putting you in direct alignment with what employers are actually looking for in 2025. You now have a concrete map. You know your education costs, your AI vulnerabilities, and the specific tools you need to master. The modern job market rewards people who can solve problems and create value. It does not reward people who simply show up with a degree expecting a high salary. You can refuse the burden of crippling debt, focus on your return on investment, and accelerate your career with skills the market actually pays for. Building your practical skill set has evolved into the most reliable way to secure your financial future and outpace the disruption of AI. It's time to stop checking boxes and start building value.